Hi guys, Silver Joker here. Okay, so there's a lot of talk right now about premiums as they relate to spot price. Premiums are real high, but they're only high because we compare them to spot price. Okay, so we had this dip recently in spot price. So I went down to my local coin store, had a conversation with my local coin store owner, Phil. He owns Franklin Street Coin. You guys know I go down and talk a lot with him. And we had a conversation about that. And some of the things he told me were very interesting. And I think you guys will find them interesting too. So if you want to hear more, stick around.
I've got wholesale accounts with some of the refineries. I know what they will pay me for silver, but believe me, it's not close to the spot price. It's much higher. So what's not publicized is what dealers and refineries are willing to pay for silver. So what they mark it up is their asking price seems like it's $8 to $10 premium, but it's not that much of a premium after you look at what they pay for something.
Right.
So the premiums have caused dealers and refineries to pay more for what they're actually willing to pay for silver, the physical silver and gold, because they know there's a sell price that they can offer it to consumers for. There's three different things here. The buy and the sell price that a dealer uses used to be hinged on what spot price was doing, and now I believe they look at what I know what we can push silver at in the store here and sell a significant amount of silver. What, we push it to a certain point, we get resistance. We have it at a certain point, we were able to sell it. So based on that sell price, we're willing to pay a certain amount to get it into the store, which really is not looking at a concern of where spot's sitting right now. So we know we're willing to pay a certain price for it. We're selling it at a certain price, and silver can fluctuate back and forth, and we're not adjusting our price based on either buying it or selling it based on where silver spot price ends up that day. So I think at least here, people are comfortable with what we're selling silver for. They're paying it. So we're paying more as it comes in the door, significantly more than what spot is, obviously, to get it in. And it's working for us, but if we tried to fluctuate based on what silver spot is doing, I think we'd have a much more difficult time in getting silver.
Right.
Because people are seeing where spot is, they're seeing what silver's selling for online, and they see this huge difference. And if they don't call or come in and ask us what we're paying, they might think we're paying spot for it, but we're just making a huge premium on it, which isn't the case.
Right.
We're paying significantly higher than spot just to get it in. And I think I would think most dealers are. I can't speak for them,
Right.
but for the most part, I believe they would be. Whether you go to one of the major refinery websites or you go online where people are selling silver bars or silver rounds or silver eagles, and they see what they're selling for, and they come in here and they see what we're selling it for, which is in line with what the market bears on silver or gold, and they feel, well, they're getting a decent price in here, they're going to buy it in here. What they're not seeing, I think, what the unknown is what we're willing to pay for it, which is significantly higher than spot. So most people are willing to accept the fact that they're willing to pay what they consider the market value for silver is right now, and they're seeing the market value being pretty much defined as what online sales are selling 1 ounce bars for, or 100-ounce bars, or whatever it is.
Right.
So yeah, I think there's more of acceptance for market value of silver than where spot actually lies.
Right.
It's the first time I've seen that, actually. Most people are more concerned about where spot price is because they feel that they're locked into spot price when they go to sell it, but that's not the case anymore. Right. As a buyer or consumer of silver, you have final decision on what you pay for it, and then you also have final decision on what you sell your silver for. So if you come in and pay a certain amount for silver and turn around in 3 months want to sell it back, the expectation now is that if nothing else changes, you should get something close to what you paid for it in terms of selling it back to the dealer that you bought it from, and that's usually the case. So that has created a market in terms of a confidence market in terms of what you're putting into silver. You feel like it's holding its value versus whatever spot does.
Right.
There's silver out there. It's harder to get because I don't think people realize they're looking at the previous silver buyers are looking at spot price and say, I'm not willing to sell it spot price or even whatever it is what they normally get for when they've sold silver in the past, but they don't understand that we're paying significantly more than spot price. So I don't think it's hard to get if we tell people what we're paying for it.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So I guess it's best just to have a conversation with whoever you're going to.
I think it's best to call if you have a local dealer and you're looking to move some silver. I would call and get a price on it. Maybe call another, around to see how that compares and see what the dealer's willing to pay for. Because my guess is dealers are willing to pay significantly more than spot to get it because the sell price is significantly higher than spot. So they're not looking to make a killing on buying at spot and then selling it at $8-10 premium.
Right.
I think they're willing to come somewhere in the middle there, buy it somewhere between spot and what they're selling it for, and then selling it for whatever their particular company or coin dealer can sell it for to their customer base. And that's where I think the shortage of silver we're seeing is twofold. One is there's a lot of new buyers coming into the market, but second of all, I believe it's people aren't aware of the premium that they can generate in selling their old silver right now outside of not paying attention to spot price. Right. Essentially, we're working in a market where silver should probably be in the $32 range right now, I would think, but dealers are already working in that. If silver was at spot at 32, I think that's where people would feel comfortable in terms of buying and selling versus having this kind of man-made market where spot is down to 25 or 26, but dealers are working as if it was 32.
I see what you're saying.
So we're already there in terms of spot price. If you talk to your local dealer, I think you'll find that. So buying and selling is significantly higher than spot because that's where the market is right now, and it's more of a supply and demand market than a spot price market. Will we ever go back to spot? I don't know.
And so I think what I'm hearing you say and what I've seen is it back in the day, and I remember that I would always try to see what my silver's worth, so I'd always go and check and see what the buyback was, and it was always compared to spot price.
Yes.
And a lot of times if it wasn't an eagle or a maple leaf or something like that, it was below spot price. And that was just the rule. That's just the way it was. And then when you got an eagle or something like that, you can expect maybe a couple dollars, depending on the condition, above that. But now your what your buyback is compared to what the company's selling it for, and that's the big shift. So when they're buying it back, they're absolutely buying it back over spot.
Exactly.
Your premiums
I can tell you for a fact I have never made $11 on an ounce of silver. I've just seen a shift in silver and gold bullion kind of go to a semi-numismatic point where we haven't seen it before. So yes, we have created a market in terms of buying and selling, regardless of what spot does. And again, I think that's a positive thing for people that are buying silver and gold. Absolutely. I think it's more of an appeasement for the fact that, hey, let silver spot do what it's want to. Let the people that control that do what they want to do with it. I know what my silver's worth because I've called the dealer and he's willing to pay this, and it seems to be significantly higher than what spot price is. So what do I care if spot goes up or down a dollar? I'm not tied to that, and I'm not at mercy for what other countries, banks, the bigger players in the market are doing with spot price, because to me, I know what my silver's worth because I just called my local dealer and that's what he told me it was worth, and that's what he's willing to pay for it. And that ultimately is what it's worth if you think about it. It has nothing to do with spot price. Never bought an ounce of silver.
And that's where we want to be. That's a beautiful thing.
Dealers have bought your ounce of silver, so that's where essentially the prices are set. So when you go to sell, it's a better time to sell because call,
Right.
If you're happy with the price, sell.
Right. So a guy brought these in. He sold these with the dip, with the dip.
Yeah.
I mean, with silver dip, he still brought these in here, and he got the price he was happy with.
Because we didn't dip our price.
Because you didn't dip the
Because
price.
we know what these are selling for,
Right.
so we're willing. We have a certain buy price on these. He was thrilled with the buy price, looking at what it's compared to in the silver market, or what we call spot price now. So he was thrilled, and we were happy to get it.
Right.
But again, we pay significantly, and I mean significantly, over spot to get these, because we know what we can sell these
Right.
for.
So he made money on bringing these in and selling them, and you're going to make money when you see it.
And nobody had a discussion about spot price.
Right.
That's the difference.
That's beautiful, and that's where we're trying to get to. I'm glad that you showed me this, because this is what I think viewers need to see. Because now the silver market is doing what we want it to do. You know what I mean? You're making money, and this is totally divorced to spot price. Because because spot price dip doesn't mean that the value in any of this dipped. The value remained the same, and he made money, and you're going to make money in spite of spot price dip.
Right.
And that's what we want. We want to divorce, and like you said, we're not there yet. We're still in the infancy, but we want to control the value of physical bullion beyond what the market says it is, because we want to agree that this is what I'm willing to pay for it, and this is what you're willing to let it go for. And when we get there, I think that's when we'll start seeing silver's true value and its true worth to the individual stacker or buyer. We're saying forget spot price, because spot price is manipulated. Let's go with the true value, what I'm willing to pay and what a dealer's willing to accept for,
and we're just in the infancy of that. Believe me, we haven't created the market, but I don't want your listeners to think that we've done this already, and
exactly.
We're in the infancy of this, but we're seeing this happen in front of our eyes right now. We're seeing that silver does fluctuate, but it doesn't seem to have an effect on the buy and the sell, which over time that will solidify a little bit more and a little bit more until silver gets into basically what we call market value. We have to pay a certain amount to get it, and we sell it for a certain amount. And it'll still be considered bullion, but it won't be tied as much to the fluctuations of the spot price, or what we call the silver market. If you want to deal in that market, then you're welcome to go buy the futures. And again, that's a market that certainly some people enjoy buying into, and that's fine. They don't like the physical silver. They want to buy the shorts. They want to buy. They
don't want to store it, and they don't want to have to run the risk of it, being in
and
their
money
physical
can be
position.
made in both markets.
It can be made in both markets. That's right. This is just the one I prefer. All right, Phil. I appreciate it. I'm going to buy some silver now, and we'll be back to talk to you some more. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the sooner we divorce ourselves from the influence of spot price, I think the better off our community is going to be, and definitely the better off silver value is going to be. So anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the conversation that we had today. If you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. Thumbs up really helps my channel out. If you want to see more, subscribe. Ring that bell. You'll be notified as soon as I put out another video. And you guys know, 30,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away some silver. And if you watched any of my giveaways in the past or been a part of that, I give away some pretty unique stuff. And this giveaway is going to be no different. I've already picked out what I'm going to give away. I think you guys are really going to like it. And so as soon as I get those 30,000 subscribers, we're going to go ahead and give away some silver. And I appreciate you guys, giving my channel support, being there for me, and the like, and I appreciate that so much. It's so inspirational. And so, let's just keep on doing what we do. Keep stacking. Peace.